for checking out the channel, watching the video. Today we are doing a product unboxing and review. Bless its little heart, my KitchenAid food processor, if I could say that, my KitchenAid food processor, it's nearing the end of its life. The base is cracked on it. The bowl thing is gross. So I decided to go and buy another one. And since we have loved our Ninja grill oven so much, we stuck with Ninja and we got the Ninja Professional Food Processor. And here it is. This guy, there's different levels of Ninja. This one is the professional. It's a 1000 peak watt motor base. There's some that have a little less. I think it was 800 watt or something like that. This is the big boy. I got it at Target and it was $199.99. So the other one is a little bit less expensive, but this has all the auto cue programs where you just push a button and it does what are you supposed to do, like puree, make bread, etc., etc. It does come with the dough hook and the slicing and the dicing and blah blah blah. But let's open it up and see what's inside. So, first thing, of course, the books. You have quick and easy recipes, assembly, dough making 101, food prep 101, and then just a book of stuff, which is not that important. All right, now the good stuff. Okay. That is the lid. Oh wow, it's substantial. Oh cool, it has a rubber gasket around the top. That's one thing about the KitchenAid is like if you put water in there or liquid in there and it would splash up and run down the outside edge. This seals evidently. It's pretty cool. Please ensure that the lid is installed correctly. We will do that. And here's the little feeder thing that goes on the inside. Dude, that's heavy. That's pretty nice. I'm impressed so far. Dough hook. And there's our bowl. Top open here. Oh, that's thick. Classic. There's the chopping blade. Now look how cool that is. The Ninja makes double layer blades, so it'll really cut it up. Nice, heavy duty. All right. Of course, there's more packing stuff. Here is our disc. It's got the slicing side and the shredding. Reversible disc. This side for slicing, this side for shredding. Which you shouldn't need to be told that, but evidently you do. Does it come off? Yeah. So we pull that off. There's that. The big part now. If I can get it out there. Oh, it's pretty light. It's not as heavy as the KitchenAid. KitchenAid was heavy. Fancy schmancy. Let me clean this up. So this evidently sets like that. And it locks just like that, like it sounds. We're gonna put in maybe, let's see what the chopping disc does. I really like too, it doesn't have a tower that you have, wait, it has to have a tower. Where's the tower? There's the tower. I was about to say how impressive it is. It doesn't have this little guy that you got to put the slicer on, but it does. So that just sits right there. Nice. How snug is this? Let's see. I love that it's got a gasket. That's awesome. Okay, so how does it work? All right, after reading the directions and playing with them a minute, it needs to be in the locked position, and then it's easier to get the top on and off. something's pretty cool on the back. It has this little thing, so if you want to leave it sitting out, you can wrap your cord up and stick it, blah, blah, blah. So, but anyway, it's nice feeling. It's kind of a satiny feeling. It's not like chromy or anything like that. Let's go ahead and turn it on. I'm doing it backwards, so let's see. It goes like that. Twist it clockwise to lock it in. Let's throw in the chopper block. It sits on there, kind of loose, but hey, that's what it's supposed to do. So put the lid on, we line it up, drop it in, lock it in. Let's see. I'm just going to turn it on. You push the on button, it lights up. So we're going to just try low. All right. That's pretty cool. Let's turn on chop and see what happens. That's cool. So it just it does like it chops. Now this is puree. Getting faster. It may sense that there's nothing in it and it's trying to, I don't know. So that's the disc. Let's put the disc in. So you squeeze the button, slide it, and lift it. Put the disc in. Drop it, lock it, and disc. That's just like it's supposed to. So now we're going to try it with some veggies. First thing we want to do, I'm going to put the slicer on, and we're going to use a potato. Now it's set to quarter them, so it'll be smaller. So we will do just that. Actually, probably only do half the potato. We'll put our lid on, make sure it fits in the, and it does. That's a pretty big opening too. It's gonna line up. All right, so we're gonna turn it on disc, and we have the slicer on. It does vibrate with the disc. Up. All right, let's see what we got. So unlock. Okay. Pretty uniform. They're not exactly the same, but it was one little small piece of potato and it kind of fed itself, so I wasn't putting force on it. But they're pretty average. I mean, if you want to make scallop potatoes, that would work. That would totally work. Let's try to shred some. So put the disc back in. We will flip it to the shred side. Get that piece out. Let's see what this is like to make those hash browns. I wonder if I have to turn, let's try this. Put it on the inside, and now we'll hit the disc with this guy. As with any food processor, there's always a piece left over. Okay, that looks good for those hash browns on the Sunday morning. Oh wow, that is really nice. Very fine, nice. Be great for shredded cheese too. Let me rinse this out and we'll try another thing. All right, so we are going to try and totally should be cutting on a cutting board, but we're going to use the chopper. And we're gonna put this in here. That in here. So we're gonna put half of the potato. So here's the chop. We're gonna put the lid back on it, hit chop. I'm not so sure about that. Well, it's pretty chopped. I mean, it's not going to chop it like you're chopping it by hand because you can't. There's some bigger pieces though, like that. There's some small pieces and some bigger pieces. Not loving the chop thing. Unless you wanted to do it really fun. Three goes with the automatic, that's not enough. I am finding the more I'm using this, that rubber gasket slips on easier than the first time. Maybe you have to break it in a little bit. So I do want to chop some celery because I'm gonna make some tuna fish later and we'll see how this does. So I'm gonna put the whole thing, the celery in here. We're gonna hit disc. That's why you have a lid. That is so much easier than chopping celery. Again, little residuals. We know that. Oh, y'all, that's awesome. There's some of those end pieces that where the stalk turns sideways, like that. But that's chopped really well. Liking that. Next thing we're gonna do is try the dough function and see how that works. Now the dough function you can use for cookie batter, you can use it for cake mixes, etc., etc., etc. I don't know why you wouldn't just use a mixer, I guess if you didn't have one, but I'm really interested in the dough setting and see how that works. Before we try the dough, I want to try puree, forgot that. So I was gonna make hummus. I could not find chickpeas at Walmart. It and pimentos are my two nemesis, I can never find them. But anyway, so I tried navy, just bought some navy beans because I'm just gonna puree it basically and see what it does. So this is navy beans, I'm gonna pour it in. I figured that was pretty close to a chickpea. Good enough. Let's close that. Locked in. Drop that in. Now we're just gonna turn on and hit puree. I don't know if I'm supposed to turn it off or not. I'm gonna say yes. That's puree. Open it up. Wow, y'all. That is cool. It is completely lump free. That's impressive. Wow. Scoop a little bit out and show you all. That would make some nice hummus. If you can see how thin I'm gonna try to spread it so you can see. That's thin. That's awesome. Try it with peanut butter. If y'all get one of these and try it with peanuts, I wonder how it goes. That's impressive. Now let's do the dough. There is one thing I like about this. On the KitchenAid food processor, there was a gap in between the feeder hole and the outside rim. This doesn't have this. This is not gonna hide little pockets of grossness like the KitchenAid did. So we're gonna make bread. We're gonna try the dough setting. What I got is a hot roll mix. I don't know if you ever tried it. This stuff's really good. It's easy to make too. But we're gonna try it in the Ninja. So let's try. We're gonna put 1 cup of hot water. I also like too, the other one, the KitchenAid, the spinny thing was up fitting through a hole, so it set down on it like that. So this was open, so if you pour something in here, it would go everywhere. This one doesn't have that. It's sealed. So we're gonna do that. 1 cup of hot water, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg, our dough hook, and then 1 package of hot roll mix. Smells like flour. Okay. Put the lid on it. And we'll turn it on, and we're gonna hit dough and let it run its full course. Okay. It's done. So, now this guy does not knead it for you. It simply mixes the dough. You would have to turn this out on a floured surface and mix the dough yourself and knead the dough. Now, it does say if you do cookie doughs, you're gonna add the sugar, softened butter, eggs, and liquids. Hit dough, run it. Then you add the dry ingredients, hit dough again, let it run. And then you're gonna put in the add-ins like chips or something and hit pulse a couple of times. For biscuits, etc., you put this cold stuff in there, hit dough, and you're ready to roll. So we're gonna make that into rolls and see what it comes out to. Smells good. All right, managed to spill water all over me. So these guys are not gonna rise. You know why? I forgot the yeast. So nix that idea. Bottom line, that it did make a nice dough. If the yeast had been in there, they'd been really good rolls. But anyway, it did make dough like it was supposed to. Bottom line, is it worth $119, $120, $119.99? Probably so. If you look at a KitchenAid, they run about $200. That's a firmer, more solid unit. This one, a little more plastic and shaky, but it's still a good unit. It's got some great features too, like the gasket. That's a really great idea. The fact it's a closed bowl, you can fill it full of liquids and it won't run out a hole in the middle. That's a really good feature. Don't know if the new KitchenAids are like that or not, but my old one has a hole in the bottom. So $119, I think it is. There's cheaper ones on the market. This motor is strong. It ripped through that dough. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I'm not gonna give it all the way thumbs up. I'm gonna kind of give it a little off the top because I think these little IQ buttons are kind of silly, but is it worth $119? Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. So thumbs up, like 90% thumbs up. You guys have a great week. I hope this helped. Keep in mind, I did not get reimbursed by these guys. This is not a gift. I bought this big boy with my own money. So this is an honest opinion of what I think about it. I hope it helped you with your future food processor purchases. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week out there. If you're not a subscriber, please hit subscribe and like down below, and we'll see y'all next week.